I don't know why actually it was selected on this one. I can't remember why. Um, but I didn't come back in his chat like with my main image or anything, but I did show my face. It's exactly what I did, and he I don't know. I got the receipts, uh, and everything. I'm gonna change this picture. This is basically somebody that I did try to date or whatever and talk to. Things didn't work out. You know how it is. But I was using her picture because a lot of these people that are trolls and hate groups, they like to call me a fag. Yeah, I'm a fag, all right. Shh. Most bullshit ever heard. Just like on that short I released where I showed off my vocational rehab packet from long, long ago. I found the other day. I was like, yeah, I remember the lie. I was never in voc rehab. Just slowly but surely coming on and debunking lie after lie after lie. Anyways, I don't know who's like if Dagburn's made an agreement not to do stuff or whatever, but I was gonna show. Um, Hold on. I imagine when he see me, he just like, I mean, because you're gonna get his reaction right here.
Show your face, Will.
Oh no. Yeah, I came in there with the wheel name. That's what I got my wheel name. See, now that was a picture that I had set up on my Manicam, and before I got it switched, he just assumed I was a troll, you know, because I had this fucking old thing made. I wasn't trying to troll him, and I believe if he sees this or whatever, that's what he'll assume. He was like, "Well, he played a video." No, dude, I just didn't have my source switched. All right, my Manicam, I had to switch it to this, which this would have been my regular screen. I haven't taken that fucking see the camera, but I haven't taken the fucking uh, bullshit fucking team banner down that I was never really a part of. Now I have. So at least that's done. But yeah, we'll check this out, and y'all see how he tries to play it off. I think because he could have told he should have been able to tell by the YouTube name it was me. So that's why I say his reaction here is bullshit. Hold on. Let me find. Okay, there it is. All right.
Will not come up on my panel unless you.
Well, I was gonna show my face if you hadn't been so fucking triggered fingered.
Just to get their views up and shit like that.
I think it's weird that you think somebody would have a video like that of me, but I guess trolls he had a lot of trolling.
I mean,
Exactly. Exactly.
it's bullshit.
Show your face, Will. Show your face, Will. You will not come up on my panel unless you show.
Everybody knows I've gone by Will, and just to prove it, I'll hold on. Let me make sure where it shows the names is up. See, I had Will listed as my name. All right, I'll turn those back off and get back to it.
Show your face, Willie, Willie, Will. Whoever you are.
Oh, willy nilly. Come up
No.
on it.
Lord have mercy. Now they're trying to play fucking like a video fucking of Square acting like they're Square. See, these people think I'm dumb, bro. Like, I'm not that stupid, man. But then like,
You obviously are stupid, dude, because that was me. You didn't fucking check the YouTube name.
dude, I made Ryan up church punch holes in his motherfucking walls of his new fucking.
Now this got my attention.
house. Do you think I fucking can't troll the fuck out of people too? You think I ain't smart?
And that's why I'm wondering, and other people are wondering, you're not too smart, dude, because you fucking tried to film your dad the other day and he shot you down. And from what I understand, like, he doesn't even have charges against touching you or whatever. And that's fucked up hearing that. Like, you were falsely accused of that. And so, I don't know, someone may need to clarify that. I don't know that to be 100% true. Maybe his dad does have them, but I watched the video of, who was it? Oh, it was Wade. And, yeah, he was bragging a little bit. And he, from what he said, his whole thing is about being brutally honest. So, did I appreciate he called you a low-cal, Johnny? No, I don't appreciate fucking equating other human beings superior or inferior. When people start doing that, that should send alarm bells off in people's personality, or about that person's personality. Excuse me.
Like you
Well,
motherfuckers.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think Stitches.
Now, because I was blocked already in the chat, it took me a minute to get I had to set up an account, like a whole new one, a little piece of shit new one. And I left him some messages in here, and he literally displays like the message right before mine, right after. Like, he's purposefully not, saying or even acknowledging my message. This is not the behavior of somebody, and it makes no sense. Read the description of this video, Johnny. Because the description of this video, it's all bullshit. What you said on that thing, like, Bird and them tried helping you with, like, well, your panel, you're about Ryan and Ryan only, and I don't want to get no Workyverse shit, dude. You've already admitted and said that Workyverse Creek Squad are together, and Workyverse is the one that fucking made the fucking and is with the Little Family. You know that they fucking made the archive channel after you. Do you not know that? So you to say that you don't want to be involved, that's a weak cop out of saying you don't want to help cover my story of police corruption or my treatment. But here's the thing: you already did.
And these people.
You already said not like comprehensively, like in a way that I would appreciate or you or anyone else would like that was done that way. But you have made quotes, and they're in the description. There, I finally came up. I said right here. Hold on. Oh, shit.
Not here, it ain't. They ain't gonna serve nothing on.
All right, that. Right here, I said, you seriously going to say I was trying to pretend to be myself because you don't want me up? Why won't you talk to me? I'm for real.
Got something to serve him. I told the mayor about that, and he's like, fucking, it ain't gonna be here. Not here, it ain't. They ain't gonna serve nothing on you here. Anything it's got to do
You
with.
said they've done me horrible. All I wanted was you to ask me some stuff and let me ask you some things.
John, he said, you're not, look, we ain't fucking with you no more. You ain't got to worry about the department fucking with you anymore. You ain't got to worry about nothing. And I promise you that, he said. Dude's trying to get me a fucking job working for the city.
Yeah, I believe that. Police, even casually, especially with how much you've recorded, I wouldn't believe a police would say that to you. unless they knew for a fact you wasn't recording and shit and said it like off the book. And you betrayed their fucking trust by doing that, by coming on here and saying that. But I get it. I get it. It's the fucking police that done you wrong. I would probably do the same thing. So I'm not really getting on to you about that. I just find it hard to believe that one of them said that just because one of their guys left. Like, just because he left, that doesn't absolve anything, you know. But you probably aren't going to ever find the lawyer or get the money together to try to sue, or I don't even think you want to sue at this point. I don't know. You won't talk to me at all.
Like, dude, these
You
people
put
don't understand.
Paintfield on the map. So I mean,
It's one of the things.
Yeah, I
It's
did.
one of the things I was gonna try to talk about helping him with was because I'm about to start looking into how to get the FOIA request for body cams and all types of stuff. You know, Johnny, do you know for a fact if any of those cops that night when Ryan came had any body cameras? What possible footage could be out there? Like, you should be trying to get that stuff, man.
Bro. Yeah, I did.
yep.
So,
All these small towns, man.
And that's exactly what I'm in, a small ass town.
From the sheriff's department, you know, to the
All
city.
right, now you see that inside corners comment. He made another comment, and there's two comments of mine from a backup channel I created. You want to see that that's my actual channel? I'll show you. Booyah. Booyah.
City police see Zach came down to Stanford
did he?
a few months back. Yeah, Zach Middleton.
Yeah.
hmm
He's
Yeah,
got to be reading.
but no.
See, straight up went past Kalea's comment, mine, and just inside corners, you know? Like, I get he has a big channel, so he has a whole lot of It's not like mine where I could actually go through and take the time and show everyone's comment, which is good, like when you're starting out and stuff. And I've had to restart now a couple times, so I'm basically still at the beginning almost still with just 280 stuff. But anyways, so you know, it I don't know how much bigger than a fuck you that could be. Like, dude, like I should have just, you know, I should have took the vids down that were wrong about you after I realized it was false information. But man, I shouldn't apologize to you because you said in here that you had people apologizing to you that basically quote you got them kissing your ass, dude. An apology isn't ass kissing. All right, depending on if it's a fake apology meant to just acquire something. That I mean, there's a difference between a genuine apology and a fake apology. You know, and neither one. Well, I guess you could say the fake one, yeah, you could maybe see that as trying to kiss your ass. But you saying it the way you did, like I got them kissing my ass, it's almost like you were happy. Like you should feel that a wrong's been righted when people apologize to you, but not like that they're kissing your ass. That was so arrogant when you said that. Arrogant and fucked up.
Small towns are corrupt, you know,
Very,
with
very
authority. You know,
Of course they are.
It'll get better though with time though, man. Like fucking, you know,
But this
I
guy that's
helped.
all big on police corruption and authority can't fucking, oh, he can't, he can't cover some blatant corruption and authority that he knows about, is fucking aware of, said, uh, actually, hold on. Okay, hold on. Hold on just a second. Looks like somebody wants to come up. And if they come up and they're just, you know, trying to whatever, I mean, uh, at this point, my, I changed it to gaming because that's what I'm gonna be doing. If as long as I don't have any issues like I had last night, I kept having some fucked up issues last night, so I'm gonna give it a little bit and might reset my internet and stuff too. I just uh, well, let's continue, I guess.
To expose a lot of shit that's going on here.
Unbelievable.
And you're right. And hey,
You don't know. You know.
I
Problem,
congratulate
know.
Ryan too, because if it wasn't for Ryan, these people wouldn't have been noticed. You know what I mean? Because it was his following that really fucking kept on sharing the bullshit. You know what I mean? And proving me to be right with the corruption. I mean,
There is so much out there with that they have proven you to be wrong, dude. Let me see your face. Okay, you can turn it off. Oh God, not Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I'm here to address the filthy fucking faggot. I just wanted to take this opportunity. I'm on a quick pit stop on my way to the shore, but I want to let that faggot know. I see screenshots of you talking shit about the fake fucking doggy charge. I said I didn't know about it first, and then I said whatever it was. Because I didn't know about it because it wasn't a charge, you dumb fuck. It was a citation because my dog got out the door and ran loose. Actually, it wasn't even my dog. It was my boyfriend's dog, you
I
dumb fuck.
remember seeing it. It said confinement of dogs, and I thought, well, that could
It
be just
sounds
like
so
a.
bad. I was like, that's what freaked me out. I was like, well, clearly, if I would have killed an animal, I would remember.
No, the confinement of dogs, the way you just explained, it looks like you got in trouble because your dog was off leash or not in the yard or something.
Right. It ran out the door and even said in the report where they picked the dog catcher picked it up at. It was something stupid. So it was frivolous, and that's why it didn't show up on any of my background checks for work, Filthy. That's why I was surprised, Filthy. It's a shame
Dude,
that it's a shame that
man,
he knows more about me than I know about me, which just goes to prove that Filthy Animal, I was his first victim, and he's been stalking me ever since. And I know who he is, and he thinks I
you were
don't,
his
and he's
first.
gonna
I
start
thought he
getting
first
shit.
went after. I thought he first went after the littles, and then me, and then you. Like I didn't think
He
he didn't
doxed
go out.
me first. As
You
far
may
as
be
I'm
correct.
concerned, that's
I
all
don't
I
remember
remember was
the
being the first person on his Rumble. He's
cheeseburger.
addicted.
I don't hide or block
Don't
people
even
from in
respond to
here
them. We're gonna
unless
dox everybody here. I'll dox every fucking buddy. Shut up.
unless they
Shut up,
say
you stupid
something.
people in the chat. Shut up. I don't want
Cheeseburger.
Square as my
I'm talk.
property. I'm
I
here to
talk
give a
about
message to filthy feckin' faggot to stop
yeah.
fucking stalking me, you old nasty fuck. I never doxed you. You're a psychopath, and all the guys helping you, they're gonna get theirs too. You
Actually,
ain't gonna scare me with your fake fucking CPS paperwork bullshit. You're a filthy fucking fraud faggot. Frog. That's
it's
all you are.
actually Xbox. It actually has been shown that I think I'm easier manipulated when I'm around all them people. So I think they've made a calculated mistake. But
The
we'll see.
easiest thing to do would not be to listen to anything they say. If anybody comes in your chat
I
repping some
haven't.
fruit
I haven't.
with a
I haven't
mushroom, I'm
listened to
not
nothing
yelling
words
at
you've ever
you.
said. I'm not.
I'm
Not no.
talking
Not
about the
you know.
mushroom
I'm
people and
talking to
all that
them.
shit.
I'm just
Fuck
saying
you,
I
filthy
haven't
animal.
done
You're a
any of
fucking
that.
pig. You're a cop.
Gene Team was fucking doing nothing but talking shit. And then, Books, why'd you delete your live? You don't want me to hear you talking shit, dude?
There might have been another reason. You just never know.
Oh, yeah, he could have showed his dick or something else, you know? Like,
Could it have got shut down? Anyway, I just had that message for Filthy. Fuck you.
You
Your
did
wife's a
by
fucking skank if she even exists, if she didn't leave your ass or you didn't kill her. You probably kept her in the fucking corner.
what is it, Logic? I don't even think Jackie Persons is real girlfriend, wife, whatever. I don't believe it.
Well, it's all bullshit. It all goes back to that video that Matthew Shane posted where he titled it Wacky Jackie, but put pictures of several different people in there. Maybe one of those women in the pictures is Filthy's real wife. You never know. There's a reason that MC didn't want it doxxed in this community. He called putting the Wacky Jackie video up. If you search it in your YouTube algorithm, you'll find it. It's by a guy named Matthew Shane. And it's just titled Wacky Jackie. It has none of her personal details, no last name. It's just her screen name that she chose. And it shows some old Discord messages between these
What is
people.
it? Wait, what is
And
it?
it shows a series of
Where do I find this?
search up Wacky Jackie video and videos. Just sort your search out. It shows a bunch of couple pictures of some women, and then
Who's it by? What channel
a guy
creator made
named
it?
Matthew Shane. Since
Hold
Filthy
on.
Animal wants to talk that fucking filthy fuck shit, you think you're gonna take me down, motherfucker? You better try again. You
I
better
think I
find another
found it.
fucking target and get my shit taken down.
Oh, okay. Let's share this.
Yeah, fuck you,
All right.
filthy. Fuck you all.
Hold on just a second.
I'll be quiet. You can show it full on. The guy won't strike you. He hasn't been on in a year.
Oh, hold on.
Who are these women? Who are these devilish women in these pictures? Does anyone know? Who's that? She looked devilish. Oh, they look like Jezebel spirits of Honeypot Doom. Yikes. Evil. Pure evil. Who are these women that the Workiverse don't want shown? Why are they suppressing this information, MC Lamahawk? Double
Who is
bag that,
that?
filthy animal.
Book showed that, and that was taken off. Who is that?
That's I think that's Wacky Jackie. That's what I think. Army Vet thinks somebody else is Wacky Jackie, but this is who I think Wacky Jackie is. I'd hide your face too, bitch. Is that Miss Frog?
When was
Is that
this
Mrs.
account
Frog,
made?
filthy? Is it? You wanna fuckin' with me? I'll fuckin' with you. Haha, bitch. He side.
Rolls on rolls. You know what that is? That is water, about 20 to 30 pounds of water suspending undigested fecal matter in her colon so it doesn't kill her. That's literally what that is. People don't
Ew,
get it.
yucky, yucky. Her
Well,
tits are
it happens.
touching her knees. I look like
All
that
of us
picture of
that
Filthy Animal's wife he posted when he covered her face. Her tits were touching her knees too. I think that's the crew.
good. Some ugly knees.
This is for educational and entertainment purposes only, for criticism and
information.
commentary.
Yeah.
Who are you, lady? Who are you?
I gotta criticize her beautician.
This guy has a couple videos.
Holy shit!
Now I don't know who that is. Is she related to the Carolina Cowboy? Is that your wife, Filthy? She looks like she'd be married to a guy named Filthy. Shout out to Matthew. I don't know who you are, but I like that video anyways. He has another one called Discord Liars.
It says Rustin, the tough guy. There's not anything Discord Liars.
Check his shorts, maybe. There's one called Discord Liars, and it's got like just Jackie.
Why was he covering Jackie back in 2021?
They're from the Jerkyverse. Look at his descriptions of his videos. He said that they're evil people.
Discord liars.
This is some guy from Jerkyverse, I think. They don't want this spilling over into the Workyverse. Hey, Jackie. There's her messages on Discord, cooking up the honeypots. Keep my name out of your mouth, filthy animal.
Nickelodeon check or Matthew Shane, same guy, is dropping dimes like a phone booth. Went running and crying to Durkee because he was blocked from Discord. Apparently, he's given Durkee and Donald all kinds of info he has for a long time.
Stream snipe this,
Well, we have
bitches.
Carolina Cowboy. This is evidence that you've been involved in doing. See, y'all do this shit, and you don't see anything in here about how. Remember, the mission for this is to get Durkee exposed and ultimately arrested. No, I think you guys just found somebody with issues and stuff, and you really don't give a shit at all whether he was ever brought to justice or anything, except to fucking get views and likes on your videos. And you gonna talk about me? Okay. That dude is definitely off his rocker. Chief slid way off his cracker. Yeah, 'cause you're a fucking psychotherapist, psychologist. You know all about those things.
Double bagger. I got
This
your
is
double bagger,
Rusty.
motherfucker.
This
Keep my
must be
fucking
the
name out of your
Rustin.
mouth, you faggot, filthy animal, and stop fucking stalking me, you creep.
Stop
I'm letting the
doxing mothers. Oh, here's Rustin 757.
I'm letting the cases build up against them. So all of them couldn't go down at once like a house of cards. Keep your fucking shit up, you pieces of shit. I'm doing it for the kids.
Oh no, look, this guy's saying why you put up mothers' faces. The same people you associate with Rustin do that.
I don't know Rustin.
Dude. I don't know him really either, but I've seen him around. I don't think he's really a part. I think he might be just Creek Squad.
Well, this is a really old video, too. This is like a year old. I don't think the guy's made content since.
Huh, gotta take it serious. Tag up church.
Anyway, I didn't want to destroy your show.
You ain't destroying it. I'm receiving a lot of threats that people are going to show up at that court date and do something.
I saw MC this morning.
Got a warrant? I'm the owner of this lot.
What?
MC hopped in the lake for me this morning at Birds. Go check it out.
I'm not watching her.
And I just want to let everybody know that I'm actually going to be speaking to the judges today and asking them.
No, I'll never watch any of their channels again. I don't care if they tag me or make it about me.
Court date. I'm receiving a lot of threats.
That's why I said they made a very miscalculated threat by doing the shit they've done, because their fun days with me are over.
That people are going to show up at that court date and do something. Hey, remember, there's a bounty on my head. We got to take this shit serious. You know what I mean? Somebody's trying to kill me. You know. So
they're doing a bad
we're going to
job.
talk to the judge today, and I'm going to show the proof of the videos of the bounty.
Oh, he said somebody's trying to kill me, and I said they're doing a bad job.
On my head, and we're just going to get that court date moved. Maybe just go ahead and get the diversion taken care of today. You know what I mean? So, hey, I'm just putting it out there, guys.
Wait, diversion? You got a court case still going on?
I think who's he addressing?
We're receiving a lot of threats.
Up church.
A lot of threats that people are going to show up at that court date.
I feel like he's been attacking Britt too.
We're getting it taken care of today.
Fuck you, Johnny. You're a piece of shit. You turned into what you hate.
Yeah, you did, dude. And not only that did he do that, because the last thing I was just covering before you came up, he's like, I trolled up church so bad he punched holes in his wall. But he gets mad that people have done it to him, dude. Like, I never came on here and said I wanted to be a troll. nor do I want to today. You tried to lie and say I was a troll last night, Jay, and I fucking have proved that it was me.
I'm receiving a lot of threats that people are going to show up at the court date.
Yeah, but you won't cover the threats I'm getting that nobody gives a shit about that could actually happen. You think somebody's really going to take the chance of fucking with you, as many cameras and shit you always keep going on around you?
He's out for
Hey,
himself. He's
remember,
already
there's a
been
bounty
paid.
on my head. You
Johnny
got to take this
Cashville
shit
cut him a
serious.
check
You know what I mean?
on
Somebody's trying
behalf
to
of
kill
Patty,
me.
probably, and then she gave him money too.
You know. So we're going to talk to the judge today, and I'm going to show the proof of the videos of the bounty on my head. And we're just going to get that court date moved. Maybe just go ahead and get the diversion taken care of today. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, well,
he's LARPing.
Y'all don't know about that life. Yeah, we don't know about the life sitting on a
He's a
couch all
LARP.
day. Sure don't.
Johnny Goebel is one big fucking LARP at this point. He started out as a troll, and now literally every fucking move he makes is scripted.
Did you
That's
see
why his
what
ass ain't even funny anymore.
Did you say what he's? Did you see what he's put out here about Be Loose?
Oh God, is that the guy that was banging Ryan Upchurch's mom?
This is. I guess this is not his video.
Oh.
Brandon
Well, then they should
LL.
strike him.
Look, well, I think they
friend
gave
of
him
his.
permission to use it. Yeah,
Yeah, I see
friend.
now. I get it now.
I thought his name was Be Loose, not Mr. Illuminati. This might not be the same guy. I'm thinking it's Be Loose.
Oh, and I just want to let the Workyverse know that all the donations that have been coming in to the Gene team have been going to Bird's Counter-Strike legal fund. Just so you know. So
What?
in case Bird does any strike bossing and anybody tries to Counter-Strike and take her to court and get all lawyery and weird about it, she's got a fund. Anyway, carry on. Thank you. Brandon, Mr. Illuminati is the reason. So are they saying that this guy? It's a troll swear. It's not serious.
Why are you putting out something about Bird?
I wasn't putting it. Bird knows I'm kidding. Relax. Because JM was over there saying that if Bird struck him, he was going to counter-strike her and take her to court. I was just trolling JM. No big deal. It's not Bible.
Upchurch mom voice concerned Brandon said the plan to divide the family and target Mom Upchurch. Let's not forget Brandon was in a romantic relationship with her as well. I guess that is how you take over an empire, get close to everybody.
So are they saying Upchurch is under Illuminati mind control?
Or basically he's this guy that supplied him and lawyer or whatever are controlling the case and he can't drop it.
Oh, okay.
And supposedly Patty's not been paid for any of her royalties for the songs she worked on.
Oh, but I don't believe any of that. Well, I'd love to stay, but I got to get ready. I'm at my friend's house picking her up so we can head where we're going. So I saw a moment I could pop in and I heard filthy fucking faggot talking shit. So I figured I'd humor you a little bit.
Have fun. At least you have a friend.
You have a friend? You have many friends.
I don't have any friends. No, I don't.
Yes, you do, Square. Stop it. Everybody loves you. They just don't know how to take you.
No,
you got a friend in me.
Yeah.
You got a friend in me. I got you back. All right, well, have a good one. Keep doing your thing. You're killing it.
Yeah, I really am. Talk to you
Don't
later.
look at the comments. All right, see ya. I'll be listening. Bye.
This is good too. The fact that somebody is held for 96 hours, if there's nothing else besides that, it's like picking up somebody on a reasonable suspicion arrest and no other charges are filed. It's a big difference between being picked up and looked at and picked up and having a medical person say person is incompetent, which isn't the standard. It has to be a judge. Frederick said the ATF looked into their case. He had no information. He had been prohibited. The Missouri Department of Mental Health says the state has no central database of orders for just 96-hour evaluation commitments. Notice how they call them evaluation commitments because they're not formal adjudicated commitments. Mike Covington, executive director of the Missouri Sheriff's Association, said people don't lose their gun rights in Missouri simply because of such a commitment. And even further up here, but such an involuntary hold doesn't bar someone from purchasing a firearm. The federal law requires that a person be adjudicated as a mental defective, said Trista K. Frederick, a special agent and spokeswoman for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Office in Kansas City. Yeah, I did want to put that thing to rest because that's been going, that little fucking bullshit narrative has been so long. But it's obvious that that was one of their that's one of their things they want to they don't want me to work versus whatever filthy in them. They don't want me to be able to, because if I can legally defend myself, what else are they going to do other than keep making videos? You know, ain't no one going to come to my house ever again. Kyle Vickery, you don't fucking live in Kennett. You're a piece of fucking shit. Go get that herpes. Oh, wait, you can't get it taken care of. Well, go get it treated. I can do fine. Now, I think we'll do a criminal lawyer reacts about the Andrew Tate. If y'all don't know anything about the Andrew Tate case, you might have heard, if you have, that Tate has finally been not held as an investigation is going on, but while he's being held, an investigation was going on from back then. They must have uncovered some stuff because he and his brother are back in the slammer in Romania. So let's get to that.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
What did he do?
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And he's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Criminal Lawyer Reacts, Bruce Rivers. Make sure you like and subscribe to Criminal Lawyer Reacts, Bruce Rivers, for all things criminal lawyer related. Since this is not my video, and just to be careful, I'm going to do this. I hope Mr. Bruce Rivers, if he ever sees any of this, he knows I do them in good faith and to react to his reactions and explanations of things, all law related to specific cases. Let's get into it.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer, coming with my pearl handle pistol cufflinks, so graciously gifted to me by our content genius, Michael Howard Rivers, who's right behind the camera as we speak. That's where I get all my guidance from. That's where I get all my love from. Gotta love Michael Rivers. Okay, today we're gonna react.
His son, his relationship with, man, I envy the relationship that his son has with his father.
Back to Andrew Tate. As you all know, Andrew Tate is in custody. Basically, he's on home confinement in Romania. And
so this was probably just right before he got put back in.
Come up on his trial pretty soon. And so he was
The fact he was on confinement after being released should have told everybody what they needed to know, that they were far from done. They just couldn't keep him in the court any longer while they were still investigating, I guess. But they kept him pretty long, though.
They just appealed another judge's order to try to get him out, get rid of the home monitoring, and it was denied. Before we get to that, I want to tell you a little story. My grandmother, she lives in my basement, and she actually does a lot of math.
Yeah, and you got to use esign.com to get rid of it.
All right, let's get back to the task at hand here. Now, Andrew Tate is innocent, right? He's innocent. Well, one of the things that we got is the transcribed order of the court, and it's like 88 pages long. It is really remarkable when you read the reasoning of the court, and embedded in this document is also a lot of text messages or WhatsApp messages. So let's just kind of go through.
Never have used WhatsApp, wouldn't use it.
Some of these. Now, sex trafficking can be caused by, conduct that is either force, fraud, or coercion. And the big one here is fraud. It was shown the fact that the injured person, UA, and in this, they take the last name first and then the first name second. So UA, her initials are actually, we would put him as AU, but she was recruited by the defendant, TA, Andrew Tate, by misrepresenting the intention to establish a relationship of marriage or cohabitation and the existence of false feelings towards the injured person also result from the conversations. So you're enticing somebody to come and you make promises of marriage, promises of you'll be mine, blah, 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 blah. That is a form of fraud. And it's
that's exactly. In this situation, I see how they are applying the definition, because apparently he didn't just do this with one girl or woman, excuse me.
A form of manipulation. And it's one thing if it's just, I don't know how to put it. If it's just normal, it just didn't work out. But that isn't what we have here. So let's just read the manipulation that we're talking about. You must understand, this is from Andrew Tate, and it's identified as E. You must understand that once you are mine, you will be mine always. A woman never leaves her man. I will be the last man in your life. See how those apps, they're very absolute. What do we do if we fall in love and I kidnap you and bring you to Bucharest? And then she says, I don't think it's kidnapping if I want to come. So they're vulnerable to begin with because they want to be next to this greatness, right? First, I have to see in your eyes that you will never be able to live without me. So you see how this manipulation is? And these are much younger women. And then I can trust you to show you everything.
Wow.
Bring a ring when you come. That's what she says. You can be loving enough to be a wife, to always be near me wherever I go, talk to 0 men besides me, ride or die. You have to move to Romania with me to keep an eye on you. You are mine. Don't forget that and act like it. We will be together soon. First of all, ladies, any guy that talks to you like this, they need to be flushed.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, should be going off.
What do you mean? I act like one. You should know what that means. To be a good wife. I have said many times that you should live in Romania, and you have comment ignored, whatever that means. Okay, I'm coming with you, girl. That's my girl. Give me a few hours to make a serious plan. She says, baby, but can I trust you? Yes, you can. You will move to Romania with me. Plan when I get there. All right. So the court says at some point the injured person, UA or AU, saw several videos on the YouTube platform in which the defendant talks about what he does and from which his approach to women results, and asked the defendant questions about these aspects. Now, this is important because this is where
she's confronting him and thinking, I'm just another one of these women.
He kind of, has to kind of cover up what he's doing, right? Because he's not this isn't just all open and above board. And anybody that follows him, any of you young guys who paid money to Andrew Tate, listen to how he talks about you guys. He says right off the bat, you're not stupid, and you probably guess how I make so much money. I have to hide what I really do. Webcam, she says. For a long time, I did this with a team of girls who worked on video chat. The company was fake. Yes, but that's how I wash my dirty money. After that, men started to be jealous and started asking how I can start a video chat business. They will never do this because they are losers. They're losers. But they like the idea. So I started charging men to teach them. Dudes, he's full of shit. He's 100% full of shit. And these are text.
100, exactly. Like, I mean, like when I saw stuff on Andrew Tate and how he's combining everything and then talking about the Matrix stuff, I was like, oh my God, this guy's like another new age person with some combinations of other fucking conspiracy related reality based thinking and shit. Like, it's just really weird.
Messages between he and you or UA, but they like the idea. So I started charging men to teach them. That's what those videos are about. It's all a cover. You understand? Now it goes deeper. Some of the girls worked for me. I used them to do other things, to move money or illegal things, documents.
That's a clear admission.
So there's two things going on here. Number one,
that he used them to do illegal stuff. That's not good.
He's got the illegal activity, whatever it happens to be, whether it's money laundering, selling drugs, or whatever. And then he's also defrauding these women out of half of
conspiracy,
their earnings. Then we also have him defrauding this person, among others. This is not the only person talking like this. And then he tells her, I will never do that with you. But I need those girls for work. Sometimes money stuff, when I said earlier, I need a woman to not hide things from. That's what I meant. And so now he's bringing her into the fold. You know, I can trust you. You're my confidant. If you know the girls, I want you to be really cool with them. You are on my team to help me. You don't need details of any of this. What I want to do is trust me and do as I say. So right there, you've got an admission, and
yep,
you got one of two things. Either he's lying. If he's telling the truth, then he's admitting to criminal conduct right there, and it goes on. But if he's not telling the truth, then he's defrauding her. So either way,
yep,
that can be used against him. So let's go to her being deceived about what is going on, and because she was going to live with him, they were going to get a house together, an apartment or whatever. And the statement of the injured person, UA, was corroborated with the resulting aspects from conversations. I'm in the house with the girls who work for G. AI said I will stay with G. And she says, I feel a little weird. And G said, you're probably coming in 5 days. It's too much. I wish you would have told me things are the way they are. So, no. I wish you'd tell me things like they are so I know what's going on. So, I mean, that's saying she doesn't know what's going on. In other words, it's not as you said. What exactly do these girls do? I thought I was coming and we would be together. I understand that that things happen, but you have to talk to me and tell me so that I don't feel weird then. And then he says, you don't have to feel weird. I come home as fast as I can. You know I work. Baby, what are these girls doing anyway? I feel stupid not knowing. I should know so I can talk to them and not say something stupid or offend them in any way. And he says, OnlyFans. So they undress and stuff, and then he kind of goes on to, minimize what they're doing, but we all know what that is. So then she goes on to say,
I know some people in particular that know all about what that is. Just can't think of the word. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I've had a bad case of Chris. I had a bad case of the coughing.
I want to know why you brought me here to this house. If you respect.
All right, hold on. Well, I don't know why.
Respected me, you'd ask me first if I was okay with this. I thought I would come here and live with you. See, I mean, it's just completely opposite of what. It's a little weird for me to have to hang out with these girls who work for you, especially since you had a thing with one of them. You told me there was nothing between you two, and you take of her like a brother. You know, she's in love with him, and she says, "I love you. Aren't you safe?" What the? I wanted you to leave London because of the way you behaved there. So what we have here is Andrew Tate admitting in these messages that he's engaged in illegal activity. We see the bait and switch that, you know, come to Romania and I will be your man and we'll live together in peace and harmony. And we don't have any of that. But then it goes even a step further. Then the court. So what I'm reading to you is this is in the court's order, and they talk about what's relevant here. B asked me if I wanted to go live with her on TikTok. What did you say? And Andrew Tate says, "Why not? What is it? It's just TikTok. Do it. It's simple." Yes. And she says, "Yes." Cool. Okay. We'll see. And then he says, "You need a Russian name." And I see her bouncy breast and cute smile on TikTok. Baby, why did she ask me if I wanted to make a fake TikTok account? And then she says, "I don't want to work for her." I don't. What? Yesterday?
This is really see. You really can see this guy. I don't know. Hold on one second, guys. Uh, he man, this just reeks of manipulation. Like I've wondered because I hadn't looked into this guy as much. So this is the first time I'm looking into this.
Yesterday, she came home and asked if I wanted to go live with B again, and told her I could come in for support, not like, not like that. So, it the issue here is not just that, you know, she's not capable of making a decision, but she's recruited, she's deceived, and now she's sort of trapped, right? He goes on to promise her a house and a life with him, basically. It's a slow burn, right? Because he's promising her all this stuff and then it slowly changes. You can do TikTok and we can put on some girls together and get help with my business. OnlyFans only if you want to do it. I will never ask you. And then she says, "See, I heard you are the one running the girl business." And she says, "Oh, OnlyFans and TikTok. T and G are, but I lead them. and then we talk a little bit. I need you in my team to do what G tells you. So, but then you read in the court's order just a little bit further, and I know this is getting kind of a little bit tedious, but this all kind of makes sense in the end when we wrap this up. The circumstances that the injured person was not allowed to leave that house unaccompanied also resulted from her conversations with the defendant, Andrew Tate, through the WhatsApp application. So this is from the injured person, AU. We had breakfast and we talked with my sister. I just talked to Y, and she told me that there was something between you two. I want to do my exercises, send some emails, read the Bible, and maybe go to town later. And A, what are you doing? And E says, well, E is Andrew Tate. Yes, go to town only with someone else, not alone. And he says, I'm still working. I try to get home as fast as I can. Girls don't go to town alone when they are married, which is BS. This is just another way to control her. And AU says, tomorrow we might go to the botanical garden with the girls from Ukraine. And he says, who we? It's also Women's Day. Who we? Me and them. The two girls. No, I'll go with you. I'll go with you, B, Jasmine, or Geo. I don't trust those. And he says, I don't trust those Ukrainian women. So he's really dictating who she can go with. Don't go anywhere without any one of the three. And she said, and Geo, that Georgiana, she's the one that's controlling everything, and she's his right hand, and she's the one that really she needs to be under that control, so she doesn't either abscond or tell anybody anything else. Then she says, "Why are you so cold to me?" He says, "No, go out alone. Don't go out alone without telling me. At the mall, supermarket, nowhere. From now on. I told you I want to go alone. This is the last warning." So later on, and then there's a comment about Tristan. She stated that she's very afraid. I told you I want to go alone. This is the last warning. So later on, and then there's a comment about Tristan. She stated that she's very afraid of the defendants, TT and AT. They threatened to publish her real name, her parents' name, the phone number she uses, because they have done this before and will do it again. So we're gonna publish on a YouTube post so that you can kind of take a look at the document. This is just a tip of the iceberg. I mean, I've only gone through a few pages. This order is 88 pages long. And if you don't think for 1 minute that there isn't a shit ton of evidence against Andrew Tate, you're sadly mistaken. If you're one of the losers that he calls losers, in your Cheeto stained underwear in your parents' basement, wake up. Absolutely wake up and realize that this guy doesn't give a flying fuck about anybody else but himself. Period. End of story. And when he says, we're innocent, you've got it right here. You got admissions, and there's more admissions. So we'll continue to peruse through this. But I wanted to just give you guys, and you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not a fan of Andrew Tate, but if I were his lawyer, I would certainly be looking at this like thinking we're kind of got a mountain to climb. He's got a huge mountain to climb in this, and there's a lot of evidence that's damning on him. A lot. And it bothers me, and this always bothered me from the very beginning, that this duplicitous nature of him, I'm this guy, and he's really having contempt for his own people, and all this was just a cover for other illegal activity. So and you have these girls being trafficked. There's no question in my mind that these girls are being trafficked, force, fraud, or coercion. And so he's looking at a boatload of prison time, not to mention all the other crimes like money laundering, tax evasion, and drugs if he was selling drugs. And my guess is he probably was. And he talks about the underworld connections that he has. And so this is just our little reaction to Andrew Tate and the court order coming from his appeal. And it's 88 pages long. So you take a look at it and try to show me where I'm wrong, because I'm not. So we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers. Make sure you sign up for Patreon, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, subscribe, and we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm part of
Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. Bruce Rivers just broke down your case.
What is that? Okay. Moving over to the right of photo marker number 5, what is that? Did you collect both of those two spent casings?
That is correct. From bloody clothing to spent shell casings, we're taking a closer look at the 7 most crucial pieces of evidence in the YNW Melly double murder case and what it means for both sides. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Sierra Gillespie. So for the state of Florida, it's a case nearly 5 years in the making, with Jamel Demmons, better known as YNW Melly, now charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. His co-defendant, .22-year-old Cortland Henry, otherwise known as YNW Bortland, faces the same charges. Demmons and Henry are charged with killing their friends and co-members of their YNW collective, 19-year-old Christopher Thomas, also known as YNW Juvie, and 21-year-old Anthony Williams, who went by YNW Sack Chaser. According to prosecutors, Henry pulled up to a Miramar, Florida hospital on October 26, 2018, saying Thomas and Williams were bleeding out in his vehicle. He alleged it was a drive-by shooting, but when officials reached the vehicle, Thomas and Williams were already dead with gunshot wounds to their heads. And torsos. Investigators later found surveillance video of both victims, Henry and Demmons, at a recording studio before the shooting. Detectives say blood spatter evidence and cell phone data prove all 4 were together the night of the murders. Demmons was then arrested in February 2019. Only a few days into the trial, and we're already seeing some key pieces of evidence for the state's case. Jurors have already gotten an inside look into the vehicle where Thomas and Williams were allegedly shot.
What are we looking at in here? I'm going to zoom in here to the hood area.
That is another piece of evidence tape used to seal the vehicle in the same way that we sealed the premises prior to a search warrant. the vehicle and all of its entries are sealed prior to the search warrant being executed.
So, for example, now looking at the screen down here at the bottom of the passenger side doors, that red item, is that the same evidence? We've been looking at?
Yes, it is.
The evidence went into greater detail as jurors were shown the back seat of that vehicle. The evidence appeared to show blood stains covering the seats and the center console.
What are we looking at?
This is the rear passenger side seat as well as the rear center console, pin cup holders, and partial of the rear driver's side seat.
This area in the center with the two Sprite cans, is that how you found it in the down position?
Yes.
As to photo marker number 10, did you collect the two Sprite cans that were there?
Yes, I did.
Going on to the rear of the vehicle, photo markers 12, 13, and 14. Did you collect the various items listed in this photo?
Yes, I did.
Did you have help in assistance in processing this vehicle?
Yes, I did.
Who helped you?
Crime scene technician Tara Carroll.
Did you guys have a plan of attack? How to process the vehicle?
We split up the vehicle into certain sections and each processes areas of the vehicle and collected the items that were in relation to those areas.
So it's clear to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what section were you assigned?
I was assigned to the driver's side of the vehicle.
In terms of these photographs, they were all taken by you. Is that a correct statement?
Correct.
Moving on to item number 18 and 17. Did you collect those two?
Yes, I did.
19 and 20 as shown here. Did you collect those?
Yes, I did.
But it wasn't just blood in the backseat of the vehicle presented as evidence. Prosecutors also pulled photos of the victim's clothing covered in blood and showing bullet holes.
What's item J?
Picture of the jean jacket that was provided by medical staff of the deceased. from the deceased.
With regards to this next photo of item J, there is an arrow indicating a circular area. Are you able to tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury if that is or is not a distressed portion of the jacket or is some sort of bullet defect?
Based on my experience in training, it appears to be something similar to a bullet hole.
Okay. With regards to the arrows, is that where you're putting those on there?
That is correct.
Moving on to the back of item J, is that how it looked when you collected it?
That is correct.
Based on your training and experience as a crime scene investigator, does the appearance of blood change over time as it's stored in evidence?
That is correct.
That's still the same jacket that we have in evidence.
That is correct.
Aside from the gruesome, bloody photos displayed to the jury, the state also called witnesses to testify about the alleged location of the shooting. Here's Morgan Curry describing what was seen in those photos.
So I'm going to go back to item number 1, back on the south side. Can you describe what we're looking at in this photo here with photo marker number 1?
Yes. So the shell casing, spent casing, that's it.
Okay. That's that particular item?
That is correct.
Was this item collected?
Yes, it was.
Why do you take multiple photographs from different angles of these items?
Just to get an overall depiction of the specific item and then also accounting for lighting or better visibility of that.
And the glass appearing object underneath the casing, did you collect any of that specific glass right there?
I do not believe we did.
Why not?
I think after discussing with the investigators, did not believe that it was in reference or pertaining to the casing.
Okay. Did it have any characteristics of auto glass?
Objection beyond the scope
If she knows.
of her expertise.
Like, first, Stella said she may know something about this.
So, Investigator Curry, and part of your training in crime scene, is it determining what evidence may be something that would be collect?
Yes, it is.
In terms of the facts of the case, is that something that you're familiar with and you familiarize yourself with to know what types of evidence may exist?
Correct.
For glass and glassware, do you have any training in identifying potential sources of glass or other items that may be of evidence you're done?
Yes, I do.
With regards to the glass in the Jeep that was found at the hospital, had you had the opportunity to view that Jeep prior to November 21st of 2018?
Yes, I have.
The glass that was in the Jeep, was that consistent with the glass that's there in this photo marker number 1?
No, it was not.
Moving on to photo markers, and so for this is the establishing shot for which 4 photo markers?
4, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay. Going to the close-up of the photo marker number 4. What was the important item of evidence in this photo?
Spent casing.
Okay. There's a scale on each photo marker. Why is that?
We're able to document the size of the specific item on the picture or that report, right?
And are all of these items later on collected?
Yes, they are.
Going on to photo marker number 5. I'm going to start with the item to the left here. What is that?
Spent casing.
Okay. Moving over to the right of photo marker number 5. What is that?
Spent casing.
Did you collect both of those two spent casings?
That is correct.
Okay. And in terms of another view of these two casings on number 5, is that what we're looking at? Here?
That is correct.
Moving on to photo marker number 6. What? I'm going to move into the closer up one for photo marker number 6. I'm going to start to the one to the left. What is that?
Spent casing.
Okay. Is that the same one that was next to photo marker number 5?
Not to my knowledge.
And to the right, photo marker number 6.
It's another spent casing.
After the shooting, or as the defense claims, drive-by shooting took place, surveillance video shows the moment where YNW Bortland arrives at Memorial Hospital Miramar with YNW Juvie and Sack Chaser in his car. The state's witnesses testified that Juvie and Sack Chaser were already dead by the time they arrived at the hospital. First responders testified the area was sealed off and treated as a crime scene.
What are we seeing on the screen right now?
So this is the sidewalk portion I was telling you about. Immediately on the bottom left corner of the screen, where you see those white dashes, that's where the car.
Subject that we see in the video, the Jeep would be located at the bottom left, my left of the screen.
Yes.
Talking into something.
Video that puts Melly, and it's additional surveillance video that puts Melly with both victims ahead of the shooting. But jurors also heard ballistic testimony from crime scene investigators who gave a visual representation of how the bullets traveled in the vehicle.
As you were saying, explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what are these green, red items that are now in the back seat of the Jeep?
These are called trajectory rods. Like I said, they are used to show the approximate path of the projectile when it struck the surface.
How many? Trajectory rods are in this photo that we're looking at here?
They are 7.
Going forward to the next photograph, what are we looking at here?
This is the opposite side of the rear passenger side seat, showing the trajectory rods coming through.
Same objection?
Yes, sir. Overruled.
Again, showing what?
Showing the trajectory rods coming through the back of the rear passenger seat and through to the front of the rear passenger side seat.
And can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how you place them?
The trajectory rods are placed through one defect, pass through the object, and then through the other defect on the opposite side.
YNW Melly's trial is just getting started, and the prosecution has already presented some pretty
Melly is saying that he is innocent. His defense attorneys are saying the state can't prove its case. But it's my understanding you believed from the very beginning that Melly was responsible for your son's death and the death of Anthony.
From the day one, I believe that Melly was responsible for my son's death on October 26th when I first heard the story, because his explanation, when I finally talked to him in Cortland on a FaceTime, their response and how they was reacting, they showed no remorse. They didn't act like they was grieving, like they lost a best friend or nothing. They was, in my opinion, they was in the best spirits. They never came to town, never came to my son's funeral, never came to SAC funeral. And these are your best friends. He passed straight through the county of Indian River, went to Brevard and did a music video, but he couldn't even stop and pay his condolences to his best friend's mom. He even got Jana tatted on his neck. That's why his defense attorney got him wearing turtlenecks and shirts to hide his neck, because he got the Jana tatted on his neck. That's Sac mom's name, and he got Chris' name and Sac name. And this guy, that guy is just, I have no words for that guy.
What was it in particular that was said on that FaceTime that made you think that Melly was responsible?
Nothing was said. Actually, it was like the demeanor. It was like the body language, really. Like I was just reading them, and as I'm telling them and asking them questions, I got so emotional, I started crying. They wasn't reacting to, they act like they didn't have to take a loss at all. That's how I took it. And then when I was talking to them, I still had in the back of my mind that something's not right. Something's not right.
Did they tell you anything about what they claimed happened with the drive-by they claim happened?
No, they had absolutely no explanation. Like, we had to figure it out just like the police.
Chris, why do you think that this happened? Why do you think, Melly did this? Because, Melly is on trial. The state has to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt that he committed these crimes. But why do you think this happened?
I think the story about the 200,000 with Anthony was a true story because it's not reported, but Chris told me the same story. And also $500,000 play, and Melly was going to get 200,000. Sack was going to get 200,000. Chris was going to get 100,000. And as I'm hearing it from Chris, they was going to sell the YNW brand, not a record deal or nothing like that. It was like for the brand itself. And by them being founding members, they was going to get a piece of the pie. So I don't think Melly did it on his own. I think that manager guy got in his ear and did a little divide and conquer. Because if it was up to Sack, it would never be a 100K management.
They were going to sell the YNW name for licensing. We're going to sell the YNW name for.
Did it on his own. I think that manager guy got in his ear and did a little divide and conquer. Because if it was up to Sack, it would never be a 100K management.
They were going to sell the YNW name for licensing or to sell products. Or what do you mean they were going to sell the name?
For marketing, licensing, stuff like that. I think they want to go up on the bigger umbrella just to push them, I think. Push the brand more global. That's what I'm thinking.
And so you think that Melly wanted a bigger cut of that then?
I think Melly didn't want to give them guys nothing. He wanted to be the only one to shine. And then they came to town next day and gave the mothers 15,000, the other mother 10,000. So I thought to myself, if Sack was going to get 200,000, Chris was getting 100,000. If we could pay these people 25,000, keep 275,000, that's how I saw it. It just nothing added up. And Melly still to this day for me to hear him call them boys his best friend is an insult. That is an insult.
Was there any sign of bad blood? Before your son's life was taken and before Anthony was killed? Or was there any tension there that you knew of?
Not with Juvie, not with Chris, but you heard things about him and Anthony getting into like altercations about disputes about money over certain situations, and they got in a fight prior to that, and they said like the story that they say Sack beat him up and knocked his goals out in front of his girlfriend, and like 2 days later, I think that's when the incident happened.
Chris, I know that something that has to be really hard about this is the fact that there are relatives here, relatives of Cortland Henry, who are also relatives of the victims.
Yes. Chris and Cortland share a sister, and she's my daughter. Her and Chris had the same dad, which is me, and her and Cortland share the same mom. And she took the side of Melly. She still to this day screams Free Melly all on her Facebook, Instagram. She'll go live with the Free Melly shirts, and they just got her brainwashed with the money. They just showered her with gifts and Cortland and got my daughter just brainwashed to the fact that she wishing the killer of her brother was free. I just don't understand that. That's a heartbreaking feeling, man. For me to see that daily, her saying that, that's just heartbreaking.
Do you talk to your daughter about this?
We haven't talked. She was living with me up until the time shortly after the funerals, and then we went our separate ways. I haven't talked to her in over 2 years.
So it sounds like you've lost 2 children.
Yes, ma'am. And them the 2 that look like me the most, and it's crazy.
Are you hoping that this trial, maybe at the end, things can change with your daughter?
Yeah, once she see the truth and them boys get convicted, I'm hoping that her whole demeanor change. But knowing them, they're gonna be like, wait till the appeal. He's still innocent. Wait till the appeal. But just have to wait and see, man. It's gonna be a process.
I feel like so often you get into the evidence and really the victims get lost in these trials. Just any final words about your son?
It's always forever long live Juvie. I miss him and love him to death. He got a lot of Melly fans that be spamming my inbox and all over. Even y'all guys chat talking about free Melly. But one of their loved ones was to get murdered. And imagine the whole world saying free the alleged killer of that guy. It just make you feel some type of way and just want to crash out yourself because I don't know. First they trying to make it seem like Chris and Sack was extorting Melly, which is a false narrative that his camp painted. That was never true. And Chris never did nothing to nobody. They can't even say nothing he did to Melly. Nothing that they can't show anything that made him want to do anything to Chris. And that's what got me the way I'm feeling because Chris never did anything and he loved that dude. And that dude did that to him. I never accept that. And to everybody that's on his side is on the opposite side of me.
If he's convicted, would you like him to get the death penalty? Because he's the first person to go, have the death penalty as a potential punishment since the law change lowered the threshold for it.
Yes, I-49. Old Testament. I think he deserved it. Because they show no remorse. They still trying to badmouth these boys. And when it happened, Melly and Kristen had Instagram pages. He went on his page. They went on his page. Whoever took all the pictures down of Chris and Anthony and made it look like they was never existed. If he's so innocent, they never put up a reward to find the killer. They never did a tribute. They never did anything. They even pushed Chris' funeral back from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. just so Melly could make it, and he still didn't show up. and he never showed up to sack funeral. So this your best friend, and you don't even come to the funeral. That just, I don't know, man. That guy deserves everything coming his way. And I
from behind outside the home while trying to run away. He was then shot 2 more times. Prosecutors also claim
his family from this unspeakable tragedy.
Now, the 32-year-old was initially charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder, but a grand jury returned a 21-count indictment, including 9 counts of aggravated murder, 8 counts of kidnapping, and 4 counts of felonious assault. Each murder count, carries the death penalty, and a pretrial hearing has been set for July 5th. We have also learned that the funeral for the boys will be held on Monday. Now, when police arrived on the shooting scene, Dagburn was very calm, and you can hear the boy's mother in the background. This is Officer Body Cam, and this is footage of his arrest.
Where's he at? Here. Shooter's on the porch. Get him right here. You got him on the porch.
We've asked, that's the last place we've been told.
You show me your hands, Cheryl! Stand up and walk towards us! Stand up now! Walk towards us! Stand up with your hands up!
We know we got a visual in the veil. He's not showing his hands and not following commands.
Stand up now!
Still not showing hands or following commands.
Stand up! Stand up now! Stand up! Stand up!
The stage and air crew is going to go ahead and fly whenever any units can advise.
Get your hand out here. Come over 21. Send there.
You guys can confirm that there's people that need first aid, and that's the shooter. He's not complying. They need to get to the victims. They have to show him that shootout.
Man, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm completely sober. Never did drugs. 21. Get the EMS over here. Well, I did drugs with a clip, but I don't do drugs now. I'm sober. I'm not trying to fight you. 63. Get your butt inside. Gatlin, get your butt inside. We on primary? Now. 29, we got 3 kids down.
3 kids down, 16 up.
Gatlin. 63, we're 21. Have EMS respond. Over here.
What do I do? You're clear, they're being advised.
Robert 34, just started mass gas due.
63, do you want them to respond to the Laurel Lindale address? Where exactly do you need them?
We're right in the front yard.
You took my life from me! My life!
What are you doing, man?
Hey, pretty copy all this.
Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody. You got anything on you? No, I ain't got nothing, man. And that's it. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing.
Just make sure that dog don't come out. I don't think he'll bite you. Just don't reach for him and try to grab him and pet him. He won't bite you.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
I'm gonna get
I ain't
you
gonna
here
do
in a
that. I ain't running away. You can do whatever you want with me. The wailing of the mother in the background is just haunting. And his reaction, he just seems like it's a regular day in the park. They're picking up for, I don't know, littering. Mind-boggling. Still with me. Criminal defense attorneys, former prosecutors, Marie Pedetta, Franz Borghardt. Marie, I'll start with you. Let's start with the video. We'll get to the decision to seek the death penalty, but what did you make of that video? I mean, I thought maybe there might be a sense, and Franz and I were talking, it might be a suicide by cop situation. He wasn't following orders, but he had every opportunity as they approached. The gun was sitting right next to him. If he didn't want to be alive, he certainly could have orchestrated that situation into his suicide by cop situation.
I really want to believe that this man is mentally ill for committing this filicide. You know, it's so sad. We educate our children against stranger danger, not against their father executing them. And for me, it seems like this was all about spousal revenge. He's not acutely ill. There's no psychosis, at least so far we don't see it. He's calm. He's telling them, you know, about the dog. I'm not gonna hurt you. I can't wrap my head around his calm attitude. This, to me, like I said, seems like spousal revenge against his wife. You hear her saying, he took my whole life from me in the screaming.
Yeah.
In the screaming.
His children, he only shot them. He ended up shooting the mother only because she was trying to protect her child. So that's odd. But they've made the decision clearly to choose a death penalty. Not a surprise.
I would say not a surprise at all. You have all the right ingredients, all the right aggravating circumstances, the multiple victims, the nature of the killing. You have all of that, which you need to get to a death penalty.
Oh, hey there. Seeing as how I'm a trucker now, thanks so much, Dagburn, for the inspiration. You wouldn't believe how many rocks I got in the back of this truck. Maybe one day we'll be work buddies. Take this opportunity now that I'm something like an expert in this trucking stuff. And what I do is I share. So all this knowledge I've gained and all this trucker experience I have now, a few days, I want to share it with y'all. Some of the tips and some of the steps to be a certified trucker. Moving on to what's arguably the most important part. I'm gonna get a glove on pre-trip. Check your oil. It's so nice and blue. It was just changed. Washer fluid, nice and red. Your arm bar ain't near as hard as they'll make it out to be. Air tank, secure, it's not leaking. Fuel tank, just fine. Drive tire, and then these are spares. They don't actually, I don't even think they touch the ground when you're going. I'm pretty sure. And they, you just kick the tires. Simple stuff, guys. Chains, there's one and two.
Back at
it. We'll make sure your door's secure. Make sure you don't hear the cargo shifting inside there. Step one. Gotta be mad at everything. Mad at everybody. Move over! Well, why are you even on the road for? Fuck you! Step two. You gotta know all your controls. You gotta know what all these buttons and stuff do. Alright, so let's go over that. So some of this is self-explanatory. Obviously you got a cell phone charger here. This is a Type-C. I don't have that kind of phone. You've got, a cigarette lighter, you've got a stereo, rumble strip. You've got a Raycon hanger. And that says parking brake, but that's not what that is. Pretty sure that right there, this middle pedal is a parking brake. I'm about 90% sure. I haven't tried it on a hill. I'll let you know. This is your shifter. That is your dome light switch right there. In the up position, the dome light is on, as you can see. So, all right, we've got the dome light. So right here, if your heater's on, but it's still not as warm as you want it to be, you can add mer heat. Hey, it's still cold in here. We add a little bit mer heat. That's if you're pulling a four-wheeler. If you attach a four-wheeler to the back, you flip that switch on, see the little four-wheeler there. That's if you want to opt out of this whole program. If you don't want to do it at all, you opt out. All right, over here. Some people may take offense to this, but trucks are dangerous. So they want to know what kind of skill level you're at or where you're at mentally. So this isn't to be taken any type of way, but if a SPED is controlling this, then you turn SPED control on. You can see it's on because I'm a little slow. The amount of SPED that you can, increase or decrease. So 90% of truckers listen to whatever local classic rock station is in whatever town they're passing through. So it's important to play the classic rock trivia for that town.
Let's play some classic rock trivia. You think there's going to be trouble. Some of us won't survive. The boys and me mean business. What's
Jailbreak.
Dead or Alive? What's that Thin Lizzy song?
It's Jailbreak?
Yeah, it's Jailbreak. We'll hook you up, man. Fair tickets to see Sound and Freedom. You got the Manheim Steamroller.
Yeah, that's right. I won. Let's move on. Last but not least, it takes a real man to decipher this Mandarin shit right here. I'll just tell you right now, if you can't figure out one of these 9-speed 8-folders, you may as well just sell that rig. It takes a real man to know how to drive on these. Motherfucker. Oh, damn it. Fucking piece of shit. You gotta be easy with it. Or she'll fuck. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stick your tongue out. Just like that. Trucker life. One of y'all want to tell me why the Wish version of Year One's Jack Black is in my comments whining and trying to prove himself? What's up, Shitwind? Oh, it's Southwind. Whatever. Shitwind, Southwind. They all come from the South, right? What kind of look are you going for? Overfed Nugent? It's an odd look. To be honest, it's an odd look. And yes, that's a fat joke. You know, like some of the people told you in the comments, it's comedy. I don't know. I think you're aware of that. I seen a video that said, you know, hey, this is something funny from Southwind. So let's look, you know, from a comedian to another. Let's review it.
Y'all check out this story. So whenever I was in high school, I had a crush on this girl. I had a class with her. And I was trying to be cool. And I was trying to say, she gave me something or handed me something. And I said, thanks. I was going to say, thanks, girl. Or thanks, dog. But instead, I accidentally said, thanks, girl, dog.
Moving on. So, guys, when he says in the comments, ask the gotcha man, he started it. What he's referring to is a comment on the multiple versions and milking of this skinterview he did. Are you really going to defend and say you're not milking the absolute ever-living fuck out of this interview thing? You really going to say that? I mean, hell, at this point, here I'll help you out. I'll set up next week's video. Next week on milking the shit out of one interview, exclusive, Upchurch wiggles his toe while listening to an unreleased song. Goo. Shitwind. But anyway, old Southwind found it prudent to get my comments and tell me that if it doesn't pertain to me and it's between two other people or two other parties, that I should mind my own business.
Our Jelly Roll and Upchurch beefing.
Damn, seems we both speak on things, don't we? But I do it in a comedic way. You remember, like we was talking about earlier, comedy?
But instead, I accidentally said, thanks, girl, dog.
Yeah, just like that. Old Mr. Southwind. Dude said it was God and Upchurch that gave me this opportunity. No, it was your begging ass videos. We all saw them.
To do the interview with you, it would make my year, sir, if I was one of the ones who was able to do a virtual interview with you, bro.
If you give it to me, it'll make my whole year. I mean, it'll make my whole year. I mean, please, Upchurch, you're like a god to me. I put you guys in the same category. Any grown man who idolizes another grown man to that extent is fucking weird. Steal your shit and help you look for it is how dopeheads are. And this motherfucker's got it down to a science. So he starts the video out by talking about all the shit that he could sell at his house.
I'm constantly thinking about my next move, my next deal. Then I'm thinking about all the things I have in my yard that are extra that I can get rid of. So I think about assets that I have. Right now I have a trailer that's extra that I don't need. I have a four-wheel drive four-wheeler that I'd like to keep, but it's also extra. I have a wood chipper that hooks onto a tractor that's extra.
Which he calls assets.
Like I said, I think about assets that I have.
But it's really, dude, that's your property. That's your lawn furniture and shit. Like, that's how dopeheads think. I can get this much out of this four-wheeler sitting here, this trailer sitting here. I mean, you mean to tell me after all this time of fucking suckling on Upchurch's tit, 10 grand is all you've managed to come up with?
If I spend all my money that I have acquired, but then if I build the pavilion, I'm dead broke.
You might as well just come out and say you're a dopehead. I mean, really. I mean, the shit's not looking good for that camp down there, if I'm being completely honest. And you gotta admit, I know y'all have seen the videos. I've managed to catch a few of them in between trucking school. You know, one of Ryan Upchurch's fucking closest dudes laid up in the hospital from overdosing. It's just a video recently of him kicking it down there with him. And then his other boy lost 10 grand. Anyway, I'm getting off track. But, so everything's for sale, right? And then he talks about how he's got this last 10 grand that he had to go get out of the bank. It's all he's got to his name. And he's going to try to buy some piece of equipment. And he's going to go borrow a trailer from somebody.
I've already got it set up where I can borrow a trailer.
And he's trying to think of how much gas money he'll have in.
Hey, I can go buy this. I'm going to have this much in fuel.
Going and getting it. Jesus Christ. All of a sudden, and listen, dude's a pro. Dude's been at this for a while, and he knows how to play the game. If you notice in the video, like I said, the things I see and hear. If you notice in the video, he's playing a little bit of Upchurch's Alice in Chains cover.
Which, as of right now, if I...
Because, you know, when Buddy sees this video, he's playing that music in the background because when, you know, his bank account, buddy, boss, whatever you want to call him, sees the video, because, you know, he's going to feel sorry for him. Oh, my God, man, my dude dared off. His car got broken into and he lost 10 grand, man. I got to see this. Oh, look, he's playing my music. Man, he does love me. Yeah, I just seen it, Skin. Nah, don't worry, man. I'll give you another 10 grand. Yeah, no, for real, man. That's crazy. I hope the car's okay.
This car means a lot to me, dude. Like a whole lot.
Anyway, not only is he playing in the song in the video, but he goes on to say, and this is how dopeheads think, okay? We'll get into the faking the money being stolen here in a minute. But here's how a dopehead thinks. And he says it's ADHD and his mind's just racing.
So let me tell you about the mind of a person that has ADD and ADHD.
No, you're just thinking about the next hit. That's exactly how a dopehead's mind works, is you're on the last hit, you're thinking about the next hit. That's why the shit that you walk out in your front yard and look at is all for sale.
And I'm down, then I'll think about all the things I have in my yard that are extra that I could get rid of.
Man, I could get at least 2 grand out of that table over there. How long has it been since I hauled something in that trailer, babe? Shit. It ain't ADHD. Yeah. It's fucking dopehead diaries, bro. I'm telling you. Here's how their mind works is it's not, can I go to work and make money that way and just pile it up like the rest of us in this universe, but it's what all's for sale. What can I go buy, trade, do? What can I do to get a quick buck? Work always comes last. And apparently, even with this dude, who doesn't even really have a real job, just fucking goes and plays around in a fucking warehouse, building fucking dioramas with his buddies, and movie sets, so to speak. But that's their last thought. He goes through all these ways that he can make money, and at the finish line is, well, I mean, and then I could go to work with just fucked up foot and what, melt in the sun?
And then I'm sitting there thinking about all the things I have to do for my regular day job with a fucked up fucking foot that I need to get done, and how I can get them done without just melting in a fucking warehouse with the sun shining on it.
Fuck that. I'd rather just pretend somebody stole 10 grand from me.
Get bullshit out. Stupid motherfucker. Look, somebody followed me from the bank. I put $10,000 in that console right there because I just got my money out. Somebody followed me from the bank and went straight for the fucking money.
Make it awful convenient. This part got me because not only you got to really amp it up, right? You got to really, there's going to be a problem, and I better not catch you. Your fingerprints are all over, pal. Fuck. I got to give it to you, man. You did a good job. Golf clap. Listen, Ryan spoiled him, too, because he thinks everybody owes him something. He really got upset when he said he walked into Walmart and asked for a fucking free tarp to cover his Hellcat up because it was raining outside.
So check this out. I go have the security lady right here to go to Walmart to ask for a tarp so I can cover my shit up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they can't do that. Fuck Walmart. Fuck all these motherfuckers.
And Walmart's like, yeah, no, we sell tarps. We don't give them away. This is Walmart. I know your buddy thinks that the label changed and we're going to be a prison here one day, but we don't give shit away. Sorry. You got to fucking read the fine print. God damn, dude. Then you got to pretend that you've called the police. You got to pretend they ain't coming.
Then called the goddamn police 4 fucking times. That stupid bitch. Fuck. Oh well, it's a non-emergency thing. Well, I'm about to fucking make it a goddamn emergency thing. I'm about to really start flipping the fuck out here in a minute.
And I gotta imagine he could really sell this because he could probably call the local police there and they'd be like, "Come on, Deerdorf, just tell Ryan you need another 10K, bro. We're not playing this. We're not doing this." But he didn't call the police, man. Police ain't coming. Bro, they probably heard that story a million times. Man, I just got it out of the bank. That's some insurance shit. I guarantee it. But anyway, if you guys still at this point don't believe me, after showing you that the dude is, all he thinks about is what he can sell, and then he plays this whole fucking game of, oh, somebody broke in my car. But then he goes on to say, and this has got to be the dumbest thing you could get on, flick your camera on in front of that many people and say, and he's like, well, I know some of you are like, oh, well, if they messed up the car, insurance will pay for it. Huh, well, guess what? I ain't got insurance. That's like $300 a month.
And then you can say, well, your insurance paid for it. What insurance? I don't have any insurance on that car. You know what? Why? Because it's $300 fucking a month just for that car.
Says the dopehead.
And I don't drive it that much. I actually try to keep miles off of it.
What the fuck? Why can you not afford $300 a month insurance? The car was given to you. Yeah, but you always hear those stories about how this dude was on like Price is Right and got given a brand new car but couldn't keep it because he couldn't pay the fucking taxes or insurance on it. That's this dude, bruh. Why are you running around trying to buy? Man, listen, stop it. Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. All you had to your name was fucking 10 grand to start with, and you can't even pay a $300 car insurance note. You dopehead.
Get some help.
You dopehead. You dopehead. For real, pray for me that this goes through. I completed the schooling. I really want to drive one of the big trucks, but if that doesn't work out, I also seen this guy on a roof one day, and he said they make the same amount of money. So, shit. I don't want to miss out on any of these opportunities.
Still sitting out at the fucking police precinct waiting. What the fuck do we pay these motherfuckers for, bro?
I never stop in the middle of an edit to add a clip. But what the fuck did you just say?
What the fuck do we pay these motherfuckers for, bro?
What do we pay them for? Bro, you got to pay taxes to be able to say we paid for the police. Come on, man. And stop it.
Stop it.
Won't y'all just listen? Like I'm out in the natural fucking forest. Won't y'all just listen? Like I'm out in the natural fucking forest. You motherfuckers out there. Fucking love life. You hear me?
Pull over.
Won't y'all just listen?
Pull over. You gonna pull over?
Please say a command.
Pull over.
What? I am going into work, my man. Why are you trying to pull me over as I'm going into work?
Because you're going 80 and a 45.
I am going into work.
Okay, what are you going to work for?
What does it look like I am dressed for? What does it look like I am dressed for?
My name is Deputy Hilton, and they see your driver's license.
No.
Okay. 3113, copy at 1050. 10-4, I got a city, Orlando PD taking off from a traffic stop. Pull over. You going to pull over?
Ain't get to see my niggas, ain't get to hug my mama. Couldn't even give her no kisses, can't even post on my Instagram. Everybody acting suspicious. Might probably say I'm tripping when I'm all alone in my jail cell. Like, and all I'm smoking that loud. Don't pass me no legend. And I'ma smoke all of my pain away. That's the only thing that gon' get me. I don't understand you and you go around pretending. Cause everything really fuck with me. So I love them all from my distance. For the same thing, say she down the ride. Be a man while I would trade. Let's go! I'm out of this with no let's go! I wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind.
How were you laughing your ass off when you killed your mother?
No, I actually don't know why I was laughing.
Emergency services were called to a house fire in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Firefighters discovered the body of Melanie Davis. Police spotted 15-year-old Zachary Davis as he walked alone down a road.
Is that blood on your pants right there? Did you change clothes? Blood. How do you feel when you killed your mom? Do you always look at people through your eyebrows? I'm not picking on you. I'm just, it looks kind of evil when you did that. I'm going to have to say. How were you laughing your ass off when you killed your mother?
No, I actually don't know why I was laughing.
the incident that occurred in the hot tub. Can you describe for me what occurred?
Next, we go to a civil deposition in San Antonio, Texas. The plaintiffs are Bexar County deputies Leo Moreno and Christopher De La Cerda. They filed a suit against their former boss, Constable Michelle Barrientos Vela. The two claimed they were regularly mistreated by Vela and wrongfully fired from their jobs. At the heart of the suit is a sexual misconduct claim against Vela that allegedly occurred in a hotel hot tub during a business trip.
I was talking to another individual, and that's when she approached me in the hot tub.
Who approached you? Constable Vela?
Approached me. She came up to me, put her arms around me, and said, "Hey, what are you doing? This is my husband." And I was telling her, "You're not my husband. I'm not your husband." I said, "You need to step back." Or, I was moving her arm off of me, and she kept on coming back. She put both arms on me.
At one point, Leo pushes her with his foot. He slides her away, like, "What are you doing? Get away from me." She becomes upset. It says, "Hey, don't be touching me." And he goes, "Well, you don't be touching me."
According to the deputies, when they returned to work, things only got worse.
The conditions are really bad.
After De La Cerda was contacted by a fellow officer, they say their fate was essentially sealed.
She called me to tell me, "Hey, I don't know what's going on, but you and Leo just have to watch your backs. She wants y'all gone. She wants y'all fired."
The two deputies were eventually fired, but reinstated a few months later. At about the same time, they filed their civil suit.
Michelle Jeanette Barrientos Vela.
When attorneys finally questioned Vela about her conduct, they don't get too far with her deposition.
I assert the Fifth Amendment privilege.
After nearly every question, Vela exercises her Fifth Amendment right to remain silent to avoid incriminating herself.
I assert the Fifth Amendment privilege.
That may seem odd in a civil deposition, but Vela was recently fired and indicted on multiple corruption charges. So anytime Moreno's attorney inquires about sexual misconduct, the responses are the same.
Did you make sexual overtures to Leo Moreno?
I'm going to assert the Fifth.
Did you discriminate against Chris De La Cerda because he was a witness to the sexual advances?
I'm going to assert the Fifth.
In a deposition that lasts only 44 minutes, Vela invokes the Fifth Amendment over 100 times.
I'm going to assert the Fifth. I assert the Fifth. The Fifth.
The two deputies ultimately settled their suit and received $347,000 from the county. As for Vela, her criminal trial is pending.
Thanks for being a fan of Court Case.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't think you could hear me. Hold on. Can you hear me now? Yeah, my mic got muted. I was saying I was reacting to those and everything. Shit. Well, it's all right. Basically, appreciate everyone that came out to see it. If you like it, I appreciate it. I'm sorry I kind of did it haphazardly. I didn't know I was muted there. That's the problem about doing the shared screen on it like this. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe. See you a lot. Yeah, I like the Bruce Rivers guy too, guys. All right, y'all take care. Peace. Sorry about the mute problems and stuff. I'll try to do better next stream.